You're staring at your phone again, hoping for a notification that tastes like freedom. But deep down, you know the math doesn't add up. You tell yourself you're waiting for the right opportunity, but the truth is much uglier. You're actually just terrified of what happens if you try and still fail. You've become an expert at pretending that your current stagnation is just a waiting period, as if success is a bus that eventually stops at every corner regardless of who is standing there. In this video, you will learn that the reason you are broke has nothing to do with the economy, your boss, or the city you live in. It's about the fact that you are currently a version of yourself that is fundamentally incompatible with wealth. You want a different life, but you're clinging to the same brain that got you into this mess. You think you can carry your current habits, your current fears, and your small-minded excuses into a future where you're rich. You can't. That version of you doesn't exist. The quiet rot. Think about your yesterday, not the highlight reel you tell people about, but the actual hours. You woke up, and before your eyes were even fully open, you were already seeking an escape. A scroll, a video, a hit of dopamine to numb the realization that you're still in the same room, with the same bank balance, facing the same day you've lived 1,000 times before. You're busy. You're always busy. But if I stripped away the distractions, if I took away the noise, the emails that don't matter, and the tasks you do just to feel productive, what's left? Usually, it's just a hollowed-out silence. You're running on a treadmill that's powered by your own anxiety. You're moving, but you aren't going anywhere. You tell yourself that if you just had $10,000, everything would change. You think money is the solution to your character flaws. It isn't. Money is just a megaphone. If you're undisciplined and broke, money will just make you spectacularly, publicly undisciplined. If you're a procrastinator now, $1 million will just give you more expensive ways to waste your time. You spend your days waiting for a shift in the world around you. You wait for the market to change, for a law to pass, for a lucky break. You're a spectator in your own life, sitting in the front row, watching yourself do nothing, while the clock on the wall ticks with a violence you've learned to ignore. The secret deal. Let's be honest about the enemy. It isn't the government. It isn't your lack of connections. The enemy is the silent deal you make with yourself every single morning. The deal where you agree to trade your potential for comfort. You've decided that the pain of being broke is slightly more bearable than the pain of actually changing who you are. You lie to yourself. You say, "I'll start when I have more information." Or, "I just need a better plan." You don't need a plan. You need a mirror. You are addicted to the person you are right now because that person is safe. That person knows how to navigate poverty. That person knows how to make excuses that sound like logic. To get the money you want, you have to kill the person you currently are. And you don't want to do that. You're mourning a version of yourself that hasn't even died yet. You treat wealth like it's a destination, but it's actually a frequency. Right now, you're tuned into the frequency of not enough. You think in terms of saving rather than creating. You think in terms of spending rather than investing. You look at $100 and you see a pair of shoes or a night out. You don't see seed. You see a meal. That's why the money doesn't come. Why would it? You've proven to the universe, to yourself, and to your bank account that you don't know what to do with it. You're asking for a harvest while you're still burning your seeds for warmth. The cost of staying, it's getting late, not just in the day, but in your life. Do you remember who you were 5 years ago? You had the same dreams then. You said the same things. Next year will be different. I'm just getting started. Well, it's 5 years later. Are you started? Or are you just 5 years older and better at making excuses? Time is the only thing that doesn't care about your feelings. It's moving. While you're researching, the years are evaporating. While you're finding yourself, your best years are being traded for a paycheck. That barely covers the cost of your existence. Staying the same is the most expensive thing you will ever do. It's costing you the person you were meant to become. It's costing you the house you haven't bought, the trips you haven't taken, and the legacy you're supposed to leave behind. Every day you refuse to change your mind, you are actively choosing to stay poor. It isn't a passive thing. It's a choice. You wake up and you choose the same thoughts. You choose the same friends who reinforce your limitations. You choose the same leisure over the same labor. And then you wonder why the numbers in your app never go up. The pressure is building. Even if you've gotten good at ignoring the tightness in your chest, that feeling of being behind, that's not a mistake. That's your soul screaming at you that you're running out of runway. You can't negotiate with the clock. You can't ask for an extension on your potential. The internal shift. Money is attracted to clarity. It's attracted to personhood. It's attracted to people who have decided that they are no longer available for the average life. Until you reach a point of absolute disgust with your current reality, nothing happens. Until you decide that being broke is no longer an option, not a struggle, not a phase, but an impossibility, you will stay exactly where you are. You need to stop asking how to make money and start asking who you need to become to deserve it. The world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are. If you are a person who values comfort over growth, you will be comfortable and stagnant. If you are a person who values truth over ego, you will find the path. This isn't about manifesting. This is about the brutal, cold mechanics of reality. A mind that is clouded by doubt, cluttered with distractions, and anchored by small thinking cannot physically hold onto wealth. It will slip through your fingers like water. You could win the lottery tomorrow, and you'd be back in this exact position within 2 years because your mind is still programmed for scarcity. You have to rebuild yourself from the floor up. You have to change the way you see every dollar, every hour, and every interaction. The end of the old you. Stop waiting for a sign. This is it. The silence in your room right now is the only truth you have. Listen to it. It's telling you that you've been playing a character in a play that nobody is watching. You've been performing the striver, the dreamer, the one who's almost there. Stop performing. The money you want is currently in the hands of someone who thinks differently than you, someone who doesn't flinch at the cost of growth, someone who doesn't trade their future for a temporary hit of comfort. You can stay in the dark, or you can decide to become the person who is capable of holding the light. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be lonely. It's going to require you to say goodbye to people you love and habits that define you, but you've already tried it your way. How has that worked out for you? Decide who you are, or the world will decide for you. Empty your pockets and fix your head. If you're ready to stop lying to yourself, subscribe for more. Would you like me to expand on the specific mental habits that keep people in a cycle of scarcity? Or should we look at how to audit your daily routine for these hidden leaks?